All right, guys, another update video for you. Today, we are going to be replacing the fork oil in the forks that came with the bike. This is them right here. Just the stock forks, nothing special. We are going to be replacing the oil with this Maxima Racing V-twin fork oil, 20 weight. It's the heavyweight. Reason why I'm going with a heavyweight as opposed to like the 5 weight or the 10 weight that they usually recommend for these forks is I like a stiffer fork. I like to hit the corners a little bit harder. I like to ride the bike a little bit harder. I'm not really looking for a soft plush ride. I'm looking for more performance. So the heavyweight fork oil, probably going to be a little bit better. Plus, I'm not some 150-pound rider either, so I'd rather have something a little bit stiffer that'll handle a little bit more weight. So essentially, if you guys don't know how to get the forks off the bike, and let me preface this with, you can do this with the forks on the bike. You do not need to take the forks off. You can 100% exchange your fork oil with new oil without taking the forks off the bike. I went ahead and took the forks off the bike because I had to put new cowbells on there anyway. So because I was going to put new cowbells, I might as well just make it a little bit easier with the forks off the bike. So essentially, taking the forks off the bike, there is a nut that sits on top of here, right there. And there is a bolt, a clamp bolt, right there. I think the newer models, the Project Rushmore and newer, those ones have 2 clamps on the forks. The pre-Project Rushmore, because this is a 2011, only have this 1 clamp. So super simple to take it off. As you can see, the new cowbells are on there and they are black. So went ahead and installed those already. So here we go. Gonna replace the fork oil. I hope you enjoy the video. So guys, another reason why I'm replacing the fork oil is because the bike's got 21,000 miles on it. Harley, I think, suggests you replace it every 20,000 miles. So it's just due for it anyways. So, you know, I'm rebuilding the whole bike. I might as well just do the fork oil as well and have it, you know, ride and right. So here we go. I've literally just got this little cookie tin right here. An old cookie tin. That way I can essentially dump the old oil into there and then replace it with the new oil. So here we go. It's super simple. I see a lot of people online, they'll use like a ratchet or like a vice grip or something with a screwdriver. I've got a screwdriver bit for my ratchet, so it makes it a little bit easier. So essentially, there is a screw on the very bottom. Make sure you can see that. Right here, at the very bottom of each fork. That is what the fork oil is going to drain out of. So essentially, all I'm going to do is break that loose. All right, guys, I planned on having this video as somewhat of a how-to video, but it looks like it turned into a how not what to do video. So struggled getting the bolts off. Eventually got them off, but if you look at how tight they were, look what happened to my screwdriver. Essentially sheared off some of the prongs on the screwdriver. Eventually got them off. Eventually got the oil drained out. So now we're going to be putting the new oil in there. So these forks, because it's 2011, it calls for 10.7 ounces in each fork. I believe 2012s and up call for 10.8. Honestly, is 0.1 ounce going to make a difference? I'm not too sure, but I'll go with 10.7. So essentially, all I'm going to be doing is I will be using this little measuring cup and filling it up. There's 4 ounces right there, so I'm going to put 4 in. Pump the shocks a little bit, put another 4 in, pump the shocks, and then put the last 2.7 ounces in. And I'm just going to repeat the process with the other fork. So fork oil done. Now comes the fun part. We're gonna start reassembling the bike on these new episodes. All right, guys, so day 2 of working on the forks. So you saw earlier in the video, I'd gone ahead and replaced all the fork fluid, put new fluid in there, tightened everything up, and was about to get these installed on the bike. And then I was looking at the bike and I was like, man, because I was gonna keep these kind of that aluminum color and black. I blacked out the cowbells, so I bought new cowbells that are black and bought that new little metal piece in front of that, so it was like half black, half aluminum, and I thought it would look good. And I was like, man, you know, it's kind of tough when you're looking for like a black and chrome bike, and you don't know if it's like, when you look at it, is it a chrome bike that you're looking to black out, or is it a black bike that you're looking to chrome out? So it's hard to kind of find that balance. And I was just thinking, man, like it would just look better if the whole front end was black, because I do have a new front wheel. The rotors are obviously, you know, metal color. And I was like, you know, it'd probably look better if it was blacked out. So I made the decision. I was like, okay, well, I've got some automotive paint here. I'm gonna go ahead and paint these lowers. So as you can see here, I started to paint them, and I was just looking at them. I was like, man, this is just not gonna look that great, and it's not gonna hold up that well. You know, I was like, why half-ass it? Why cheap out on just painting it with some automotive paint? Why not just get it powder coated? So I went ahead and bit the bullet. I called a bunch of powder coating places around me. Pretty much they quoted me like around 125 bucks to powder coat them. So really not that bad. So right now what I'm doing is I'm in the process of dismantling the forks, which is, I really didn't want to do that, but it kind of have to, you know, and it's better just to get new fork seals on there. Obviously I'm going to have to re-put the fluid in there, but not a big deal. So I've got one of them done right now, completely out. Here's the lower, ready to go to powder coating. And then here's the other one. And right now I'm struggling to get the bottom bolt out. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with that. I'm sure I'm gonna figure it out here shortly. But yeah, update. Redid all the work that I did earlier in the video, and now I'm taking the forks completely apart to get them powder coated. Turnaround time's about 2 weeks on it, so it kind of slows things down a little bit, but that's just going to give me more time to tinker with the rest of the bike, maybe give it a wash even. You know, the weather's not that good right now. There's snow on the ground, but hopefully we get some warmer days here. That way I can give the bike a little bit of a wash. I do have a couple other little things that I'm going to do with it. I'll probably change out the spark plugs while I'm waiting for those lowers to get powder coated, but it's just the right move. It's the smart move to just do it right, pay the money, get it done right, because the powder coat's gonna hold up way better than any kind of paint would. You know, and I don't want to cheap out on this bike. You know, I've got, you know, over $1,500 in stereo equipment alone going into this bike, so to not spend $100 on powder coating is kind of stupid. So yeah, hindsight always 2020. I wish I would have just done that to begin with, but hindsight's always 2020. So stay with me here. There's gonna be a lot more updates. All right, guys, finally got the other lower apart. So here we go. We've got both of them right here. We are about to head to the powder coaters, so come along for the ride. So guys, it is full on winter time here in Wisconsin. Take a look outside the neighborhood. There is snow everywhere. Yeah, it is definitely not riding season. All right, guys, we are here at Mirror Image Coating in Racine, which is just north of where I am in Wisconsin. All right, guys, if you like this video, hit the like button. As always, if you think this video helped you out, if you're interested in watching my other videos, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free for you to do, and it really helps my channel out. I'll see you guys in the next videos.